My name is Shami A, and I had the opportunity to mentor Camille A this session. Camille is in 9th grade here at Menlo. It was really a wonderful experience for me, as Camille is really bright and smart with a very definite point of view, which I admired during our sessions. She was very clear in terms of what she wanted to do for her project. She wanted to build a website which creates a wish list to share with of presents that you can give her and share that with friends and family. She took up this monumental task of building an end-to-end, right from not just the website part of it, but also the middleware and the backend databases. We had options to have some shortcuts, but she really wanted to get into it and do the entire end-to-end application. She did not have much coding experience when we started out, but she has done great in picking up some really difficult concepts around SQL databases and as well as JavaScript and PHP, which is very different from her experience of C that she had in the past. She's really, truly motivated and a self-starter. Very inspiring to work with her. So now, without any further ado, I present Camille to you to talk about her very interesting website. Camille?
Hello, as mentioned, I'm Camille, and my mentor was Shami. She works as a VP of delivery at Nisam in IT consulting, where she manages technical projects. She's from India and loves to listen to music, cook, and read languages. She's interested in new cultures and loves to paint as well. As mentioned, I created a project where people can create and see wish lists. The name of it is Wishful with an exclamation mark because I felt like that made it more fun. I selected this project because I wanted to learn more about coding and JavaScript, like how to make a website, and I wanted it to be easier to find good gifts for friends and family because I always, whenever I ask someone what they want for their birthday, they're always just like, I don't know. And over this past 6 months, I learned HTML, CSS, JavaScript, how to use GitHub and databases with PHP. A few points about my magical experience. One of the highlights was being able to finally add, update, and delete from my database because that like 2 week period was very hard and I was like really confused like with the passwords and everything. It's really easy to make mistakes. And then also when everything started to work cohesively, it was like a big win and I was like, finally it like started like flowing linearly. And some lessons I learned was about like the back and front end of websites and how they work together and that they like heavily rely on each other. And I also realized the importance of breaking down problems instead of doing it all at once. Like I would try to do the whole assignment for that week in one day, and I realized that it's easier to just do it throughout the week. And it was challenging at first to learn JavaScript because here at Menlo I take CS1 and I feel like those languages differ like really well. Really like a lot. And also debugging was difficult at times, like because I didn't know where the issue was coming from. And again at Menlo, like we have the CS like the checking like thing where we know like what's wrong in the code. So that's like also quite different. So this is my demo. Up there's the link, but this is also the video. You can first see logging in, and then you go into a profile where the plus button like creates a new wish list, and you can add them under there. And they all appear over here. And you can go to a preloaded wish list where you can add an item with an optional link. And then you can also share items with users that already have an account because they also include their email. And then it sends an automatic email into their inbox, and then they're able to see the wish list. And that's as far as I got. I feel like that video went very fast, but if someone wants me to like go back, I can also do that as well. Okay. And then I don't think so. Like, unless someone wants to see the video again, I don't think it's necessary. Can
Okay.
we get the next slide?
Yes. No.
So here's some of my code examples. Over here is for when the last, well, not the last page you saw, but when it says the add and the share. This is like this part is where the add button and the share button and the input, and where it takes it from, oh yeah, like on the left side. And then this is the pop-up form that came on the bottom when you press share, and it just has the PHP file that went into it, and then the text that you put in, and then the add and close button. And then on the right side, we have the the database for for the profile area with the plus where you can add multiple wish lists. You first create a connection and then you request from like the form what you gave into it, and then you add the name, the date, and then the user ID, because then each person has a different account. Then you insert it into a database, so in a different PHP file, you can load it up all into it and then go back into JS to like actually show it there. Next slide, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Camille. That was really great. And I'm super excited to use it because I have a lot of friends who don't know ever what they want either. Do we have any questions for Camille or Shami?
I have a question for Camille on the Zoom call. That was really fantastic work, Camille, and I could see how you're connecting all the links from the front to the back and the database, and it's really, really impressive. You got the user profiles, and I really like how you also thought about the features that you'd want to have, like sharing it with your friend and things like that. So you mentioned some of the challenges, and especially, moving from learning C and then learning this completely different set of technologies. I was wondering if there was anything that surprised you or that you really enjoyed about this stack of technologies.
I feel like it's a lot more efficient than C, and you can do a lot more with it. Like C is a very technical language, and you, it's a lot harder to upload files and go like switch between them. And I think like when you can use JS and HTML and PHP, like it's a lot smoother to integrate things because they work better together.
Right, right. Thank you.
I have a question for you, Camille. So I know that you referenced the CS1 class that you're currently taking. Is there anything in your project that you learned, either technology, or you mentioned like recognizing that debugging is hard, or sort of taking a large task and dividing into smaller chunks? Is there anything from this project or engaging in this project that you took back to your CS1 class or other classes that you're currently taking that gave you some insight into how to maybe move forward with the projects in those classes?
Yeah, I would say just doing them like a little bit at a time really is helpful, because like your brain processes information even when you're like not working. So overall, you just save more time when you split it up.
Mm-hmm.
I have a quick question. It's Sabrine here. Obviously, apart from all these great technical things you learned working on this project with Shami, Camille, is there anything that is not technical that you feel you learned and you will you take to your personal life?
Wow, that is a little question. I will say, I guess organizing like what I'm about to do and like planning stuff like weeks in ahead, that's like a skill I'd probably keep going with, because it's easier to like know what you're gonna like your end result once you like plan the steps before.
Awesome, that's really important.
All right. Any more questions? All right. Well, thank you so much, Camille. That was amazing. And
Everyone, Kendall here.
Hi, Kendall. Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to see the video again of the feature itself. Is it possible? Just to go back for a second. It went by real fast.
Yeah, it did go by really fast. But first is the landing page, and then if you have an account, you can sign up with your password and username, which takes you to a profile where you can create more wish lists. And the ones you already have will be loaded there with the date that they were created. And then you can click on them and you can add different things inside the input box, and the link part is optional. And then you can add them. What's not shown in the video, you can also delete them with the X button. And then if you add someone's username that already exists, it will send them an email, and then in their inbox, they'll receive it. And then it'll say, like, you can see the wish list.
Thank you. That's really good.